Oh, well, hey, Vic, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get into love after lockup. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get this thing started, okay? So we're going to start off with Stan and Lisa because that's where we ended on last week's episode. So Lisa is out. Lisa has a very, very, very interesting haircut. And I said Lisa was in there smashing on the women. You coming out here looking like a whole man. Now, when Lisa said she cut her hair, I was thinking she just cut it all off. No, ma'am. It was cut and it was styled. Hear what I say. I'm thinking she just cut it off. She tied this long hair, okay? She probably tied her the guards, feeling all up in her head, trying to see if she got something in there she hiding or something. No, ma'am, okay? She had a whole dude cut right out the gate. Okay, now she's released, like I said. I believe that Lisa also had a whole girlfriend in prison. Y'all not gonna tell me that different. I feel like that lady probably gonna be getting out in a few months, and Stan gonna have to deal with both of them. I see what I said. Okay, we also learned that she had 15 felonies. I said, what in the white privilege is this? You had 15 felonies, 15 of them, and you still out here walking around, girl. I know the felonies you had carry some charges, girl. Some serious ones. What kind of attorney or whatever you got that you keep getting out? Okay. Now, let's go ahead and move on. They in the car. They ride down the street, honey, and he got them wigs in the back. He pulled the wigs out. She looking at some of them. She's like, oh, hell no, I'm not wearing some of these. Oh, baby, I would never wear brown. Really? But she eventually puts on one of the wigs, okay? She also goes on to let us know that she does like women. That's something that we learned. I was like, girl, it ain't no surprise, honey. We already saw that. Thanks for confirming. Okay, we sure you was in there munching on something more than the commissary, girl. But okay. Now, she also lets us know that she had one husband that was super abusive. And when she left him, he ended up taking a lot of pills and he died. Now, shortly after that, she met another husband, and she thought that she was divorced from him, and she's not divorced from him. And the third husband, she said she don't even want to talk about him because he's a whole mess. So, ooh, girl, let these streets get to talking. I'm sure we're gonna find out more about that third husband that she got. Okay, I don't know how she was able to even still be married to two of them. But all right then, honey. Now, Lisa lets us know that she does have 3 children. Now, one of her kids called is her oldest son. Her oldest son, she's been locked up so much, she hasn't really fully been there for him. And he's feeling like he's out here by himself. So he has a lot of anger towards her. He calls her phone. He's talking to her, letting her know that he feels alone and everything. Now, once she gets off the phone, when she's on the phone with him, she wants him to understand, mommy is out now. You don't have to do this by yourself. You're not alone. I'm here. Okay. Now, when she hangs up the phone, Stan says that she needs to rid her life of some problems. And she was like, what do you mean rid my life of problems? This my son is calling me. Okay, that's like, how is my child a problem? And he was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you getting involved with drugs, you're doing things that's going to force you to go back into lockdown. Okay, those are the things that you need to rid your life of problems from. I'm not talking about your son. I'm saying get rid of those problems so that you can move forward with being a better parent to your child. Okay. So that's what Stan was talking about. In addition, he was being selfish in a sense too, because Stan don't want her to ever be in a position to where she's not with him anymore. So he wants her to clear that up. All right. And she also got family drama. So he wants her to be able to kind of let go of that family drama as well. Okay. So that's that on that. Next thing you know, we get to who is it, honey? Miss Britney and Ray. Now they put him back on that prison van because when he got there, he actually was supposed to catch a bus. All right. But instead of catching that bus, his family was there. So they had to take him back because the bus had not been there. They took him right on back to the camp. And so the family decided to hop in the car and trail him. Okay, they trail him there. And as soon as they see him, they finally released him. Once they got him back to the prison, they released him. He ran to his family. And who was out there running? Miss Britney, running for her life, honey, running for her life, trying to get to that man, hugging all on him. Let me tell you, Britney was going to make sure that she was the first person he hugged on. Okay, now some part of me kind of felt the way about that, like, dang, you ain't gonna let the family, you know what I'm saying? Girl, they was in the picture before you. You just came along for a few months. I feel like you're just so obligated to hug on him and hog him in that brief time. But obviously the family respected it because the dad said, we just gonna sit in the car, and they waited for him to come. It's so cute that his stepmom calls him her son. And we learned about what actually happened with his mom. But before we get into that, he says that he's been in prison for 3 years and a few months. federal prison, because what he was doing was he would break into different pharmacies, break into like 3 different pharmacies or something like that. And what he would do is sell the products. And when he sell the products, everything that he wasn't able to sell, he would start taking. So then he became kind of like a drug addict off of the items that he was taking from the pharmacies, which is really crazy to me because he could have really been doing a lot of damage to himself. Okay, now let's go ahead and move on. He speaks on his mom. He grew up with his mom. He was living with his mom up until the age of 11, I believe it was, when she was murdered. His parents got a divorce when he was like 3 years old, and he lived with his mom moving forward. And then when he was 11, his mom was actually murdered. Okay, I know they be saying killed, like a person was killed, but sometimes I'll be like, call the thing a thing. I feel like if there was a car accident, the person was killed. Okay, your mother getting shot 5 times in her chest, that wasn't just a kill, baby, that was a murder. Okay, so he said that to this day he doesn't understand why it happened. They don't even know the details aside from how many times she was shot, where they found her in the car, in the front seat of a car. Somebody left her there just to die. And what was the other thing he said? They still haven't found the killer, the person that actually killed his mom. So now I'm like, okay, y'all need to open up another story, honey. Y'all, I want to know more about this, because we need to find this lady's killer. I don't like that. This person been out here roaming around, living life free. What? For how many years? Hell no. Y'all should have stayed on their ass, baby. I don't know, but I don't like that. I don't like that at all, okay? But what else happened? What happened? So they had to race him to the halfway house, because I think he only probably had like an hour or something like that. It wasn't a lot of time that he had to be with his family before he got to the halfway house. If he does not get to the halfway house in time, he'll be going right on back. Okay, so I really think that's so messed up how they do these prisoners out here. It's like y'all release them with a short amount of time and have their halfway house all across town or whatever, and want them to get straight there, and they better be on time. And if they a minute or two late, they gotta go back. What kind of shit is that? Give people the reasonable amount of time and gauge traffic to get to where the hell it is they need to go. But thank God the family got him there on time, so he doesn't have to worry about that. They did not say how long he has to be at the halfway house before he gets to come home, but the way he was gazing while he was in the car at Miss Britney, I was like, he actually likes her. That's what I'm getting from him. I'm getting that he actually likes Miss Britney. So we'll see how this gonna go, and hopefully he is a good guy. Let us cross our fingers and hope that he is a good guy, and that her family is actually going to end up liking him, and their family too. Okay, so this is gonna be real interesting, because I can't wait to see the meeting of the family, Sonny, because I feel like grandma not gonna hold back not one bit. So that's that on that, honey. Let's go ahead and move on to Rachel and Doug. I should have did them first. I'm over Rachel and Doug already. That's not even a cap. I'm just being real honest. I'm so over Rachel and Doug. He gets out of prison. He's keep kissing all on her. I understand you guys haven't seen each other in a minute, but I am 1000% disgusted. I do not want to see all that mooching and hooching. I don't want to see it at all. He put his hand up under her dress. You could tell that he up there fingering her as she driving, because he can't wait to get some of it. They get back to the hotel with his tall ass, okay? He's tall. He like, what, 6'5"? She like 4'11". Girl, okay, get back to the hotel, because they only had a little window for them to get it in, and that's exactly what they did. They got it in, okay, they showered, got back in the car so they could get him to the get him back to her house so that he could stay there, because he has to be in by 5 o'clock. So they went to the hotel. So I'm like, do you live with other people as to why you couldn't take that man straight to your house and y'all get it in? Or were you that anxious that you needed to get to the, well, I think it was like a 10-hour drive. So I mean, maybe that makes sense. Y'all gonna get a hotel so y'all can smash it and ride on down. But I'm wondering, who else does she live with? Is that just her house solely, or does she live with other people? But either way, Doug says that the house, the neighborhood is better than anything he's ever came from, or where he's ever lived at. He has no intentions on messing that up. He also knows that if he comes at Miss Rachel wrong, that he and his son could be put out. And I'm like, no, baby, not you and your son, just you. Because I feel like she's taking a liking and she feels for that little boy. But you may be out, but little man may not. In addition to that, it's so interesting to see how Doug and Rachel are, because I feel like Doug, I thought he was one way, like controlling and this and that, you know, a dictator and stuff. But now it kind of seems like he may not be. So it makes me wonder, what do we have in store for us when it comes to Rachel? How is Rachel going to be out here in these streets? I'm wondering because Doug is really not trying to mess up that opportunity and stuff. So I don't know if he's not demanding and all of that like he was on the phone. I don't know if he was just irritable when he was in prison, but I feel like we may slightly be seeing a different Doug. And yeah, I'm just wondering how this is going to play out, child. Okay, so that's that on that. Let's go ahead and move on to Anissa and Jeff. So this is a new set of people, baby, and I ain't got time for Anissa and Jeff and they foolishness. Okay, it's not even Jeff's foolishness, it's Anissa's, because she's been waiting on this man for about 10 years to get out of prison. Now this man has gotten out of prison at least twice, and he was supposed to come see her, and he never came and saw her, girl. Do you hear me? Now she says she's a cougar. I'm not sure how old he is versus how old I'm not sure how old she is versus how old he is. Okay, but she's always been a cute cougar. When she was 29, her ex-husband was 19. Then she said she got bored with him and she was looking for her a thug, so she went and found her a thug on like a jail website or something. I'm like, girl, okay then, honey, girl, what kind of shit is this? And he's supposed to be getting out within 2 days. Now, mind you, in the past, they were supposed to, I guess, get married or link up. He was supposed to be coming to her house. Never showed up. So now everybody else is looking at her like, girl, you think he gonna do this? You think he gonna show up? You think he gonna show up? I'm like, she's like, yeah, he gonna show up. I'm like, hell yes, he gonna show up. You know how? Because her ass wouldn't be on this show if he wasn't gonna show up. Let's be clear about that. And see, this is the reason why he's gonna show up, because it's gonna give him the opportunity to be on TV. Everybody want to be on TV. In addition to that, it's gonna put a little coin in his pocket. Okay, so you motherfucking right, he's gonna show up for this storyline to help Anissa through. Hear me clearly. Will they get married? I don't see that happening. Okay, now what else happened with Miss Anissa? Let me go through my notes and see what else happened. She went to go look for a dress. She trying to get married to this man. Her friends sitting up there thinking she's foolish. Her other friend Cal is like, girl, you stupid as hell. This is the dumbest decision I've ever seen you make. Okay, and you think this man hasn't shown up before? Do you think he's gonna show up now? And she's like, yeah, he is. And I'm like, yeah, baby, he is. He's gonna get this money and he's gonna dip again, girl. So that's just that on that. Okay, this lady said she been waiting damn near all her life. She been waiting about 10 years to see this man. So we gonna see if he gonna hop off that bus when she stand out there with that welcome home sign to Jeff, girl. Okay, but the fact that we see this image right here on the screen, that's enough to let y'all know Jeff is gonna be seen. Jeff is going to be in her life only for the cameras and to get the money. I said what I said. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to Daonte and Nicolle. We didn't hear from Courtney and Josh. I believe, ain't it Josh? I think it's this couple here, Courtney and Josh. We haven't heard from them this episode. I don't recall hearing from them this episode. They may phase them out because they the only thing they got going for their storyline is these damn dogs all in their dirty ass house. But I said what I said. It seems like he may not be that bad of a guy. But I tell you one thing, this storyline with Anissa and Jeff is way more interested than what Miss Courtney and Josh got going on. But okay then, girl, let's go get to Daonte or whatever his name is and Nicolle. So her mom was married before Nicolle went into prison. And when she came out, she was married to a man. But when she came out, her mama was married to a woman. Her mama ended up marrying her best friend. Her mama divorced her husband to marry her best friend. And the little girl is like, girl, I'm confused, you know. She's like, mama, this lady that's been your best friend all these years has been like an aunt to me. And she was like, well, girl, sometimes it's best to marry your best friend, honey. And that's what I did. So she's married to her best friend, girl, and that's it. Daonte headed to get Nicolle. He wanted her to spend the night at the house the night before, but Nicolle was like, baby, I want to spend time with my mama. Okay, he thought she was gonna kick it with the mom and then come over. He said, all right, it's cool, I'm headed to the house, right? So he heads over to the house. Her mama wants to know if she really likes Daonte. And she's like, yeah, I like him, but I still have a thing for Zach. Now Zach is the guy she was dating before she went into prison. She was dating him and she was in prison for like 4 years. But my thing is, she kind of got involved with a guy that ended up, I guess, turning her on to some things that ended up leading her into prison. So I'm wondering if Zach is that guy that she was messing with and kind of got her caught up in some trouble, and then now she's locked up. Not necessarily sure, but we do know that she was seeing him before she went and got locked up. Okay, now she still got a thing for him all these 4 years later, so we'll see how they go. And Daonte don't know nothing about it. When Daonte arrives, he comes around to the back, and it was so weird to me. I'm like, so you wasn't gonna knock at the front door? Did she tell you to get it around on this side? Did she tell you to get it around on this side? She told you to go around to the back? Because it was really weird how he creeped around. It was like, oh my God, this looks creepy. I'm like, no, baby, you look creepy. It don't look creepy. You look creepy, okay? Tiptoeing in your J's around somebody calling, I guess. And the mama like, hello, how are you? Okay, you want to come in? Come on in then. You know, she already was kind of expecting him though. All right then. So he all nervous and stuff. And the mama like, baby, you making me nervous because you nervous. All right. Now her mom says that she wants to make sure that her daughter isn't just his arm candy. Now I will say Nicole is a very pretty girl, but I don't think it's that she's gonna be his arm candy. I think he just desperate to have him a good white woman that's blonde love on him. Okay, that's what he's looking for. Now he goes and tell the mama that they engaged. Baby, the mama was confused. She goes and talks to her daughter like, y'all engaged? The girl said, girl, we ain't engaged. She goes to him and tells him that we're not engaged. She gave him a ring while she was in prison. He gave her a ring while she was in prison. He said, well, when I gave you the ring, I told you we might as well, you know, get married or whatever like that. You might as well be my wife or something. And she was like, no, but what did I tell you after that? I said, if I'm going to get married to somebody, they're going to get down on their knees and they're going to do the full 9 yards. And I was like, yeah, true. Like, why would you think that just because you gave her that ring, you could just say that and that was going to be okay? That didn't make sense. In addition to that, I thought that he said that he proposed to her over the phone when they had the video camera thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was missing something. And I thought that she said, yeah, or something. But I mean, maybe I'm mixing up the storylines. Maybe I'm mixing it up with Courtney and Josh. Okay, so that's probably what it is. All right. So what else happened? So they're not engaged or anything like that. He looked like he was disappointed, but he went along with what it is that she had to say. All right. He tells her mom that he isn't seeing other women because she wants to know if he was seeing other women, and then tells her about his XCX doll that he has, that he named it Nicole Jr. Now I don't know why the mama asking about all of that when your daughter just out of here told you that she's seeing somebody else. Okay. She just sat up here and said that her damn self, and you over here asking these questions. And then the other thing is, I don't understand why he even felt the need to tell the mama about the $6 that he got and named it after that girl. No, ma'am. Yeah, I just had to freeze on that because I was like, what the? And why? Okay, that didn't make no sense, but okay then. All right. He said, what else happened? Oh, Daonte says that he feels as though Nicole is not giving the love back to him in return that he's giving out to her. And I'm like, and she ain't going to. You thought this was gonna, what you thought this was gonna be? What you thought it was gonna be? She's not going to give you that love. Okay. Goodness gracious, it ain't going nowhere fast. It ain't going nowhere fast. So we just gonna see how this is going to be between Daonte and Nicole, especially when this Zach guy comes into play. And when I'm glad that Daonte is seeing this in the beginning, but he also said he's willing to continue to hang in there with her, even though he feels like he's not receiving the love back. Okay. But I'm glad he's seeing it. So I feel like at some point he may get fed up. But we'll just have to let things play out and see how it's going to work out between Daonte and Nicole. And I can't wait to hear what his good friend got to say about all of this BS. Okay. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. That is all that I have on Love After Lockup. Okay. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.